Hi Taurus, welcome to High Moon Tarot. I'm Sherry, and we're going to do your love catch-all spread today for June. So, it's a juicy one. We're going to do their unedited feelings, what's drawing them to you, the magnetic pull for June. We're going to do an alignment check that's going to show how they show up when it's easy versus how they show up when you actually need something from them and there's actually work or commitment involved. We're going to talk about your power move, their next move, and then to finish it off, we're going to give the rune the last word. So let's get started. So first we're going to pull for the pull. This is what about you activates their attention towards you. This is the part of your energy they keep noticing, they keep reacting to, or being drawn back to. And I just want to say too that for every sign I put all the cards back into upright position, and then I shuffle them and shuffle them all again so that there's no residue from the last sign. I just like to do that. So, okay, back to the good stuff. So yeah, this can show attraction, curiosity, fascination. It can show unfinished business, desire. People can be pulled to us for all sorts of reasons. It doesn't have to be always just what someone looks like or feels like. So this is going to show what's activating their attention to you right now in June. Show me what's... Oh, okay. Oh, that's a nice card. We have the Two of Cups. Pretty self-explanatory. We're starting off good. Okay, the next card we're going to pull is for their unedited feelings. This is what's going on genuinely inside of them before they edit themselves, before they show what they feel is proper, the right thing, before they decide what's strategic or safe to show even. So this is the real emotion. It can be fear, it can be attraction, confusion, it can be shy or even self-protection. Or maybe they don't have the words. Maybe they just don't know what to say. So this is your person's unedited feelings for you in June. We have the Eight of Swords reversed. And I'm going to, once we finish pulling, this is a 9 spread. This is a 9-card spread. And once I finish pulling them, I'll change the camera and you'll get a closer look so you can actually see the cards while I tell you what's happening. Okay, our next card is what they want. So this is just want. It's want. It's not talking about whether the relationship is gonna last. It doesn't talk about whether it's got potential or it doesn't. This is just what they want from the connection. That can be love, it can be affection, it can be an ego boost, it can be opportunistic, it can be shallow or emotionally loaded. We've got the Hangman reversed. Yeah, so that card's going to show just what they want from the connection. It'll show how mature their want is, or if it is or isn't mature, where it's coming from. The next card is our 4th placement, and it's the Resistance. Oh, we have a jumper. We have the Chariot upright, and the Resistance just shows where confusion or emotional groundedness. It can be it just shows up. It's what gets in the way of them fully showing up It doesn't mean they don't have feelings or anything like that. It can be internal or external. It can be emotions get in the way. It can be vulnerable. They don't want like being vulnerable. It can be immaturity, pride. They can be guarded or fearful, or it might be external. It might be very external, like it could be kids. You know, they don't have a lot of time because they're giving all their time to their kids or their job, or maybe they like to go to the gym and work out, and before they do anything, they focus on themselves. So this is just resistance. That's kind of what gets in the way of action. Card 5, the blind spot. This is what's happening behind the scenes, kind of off screen before anybody sees it. It might not be obvious. It might not even be intentional. It doesn't have to necessarily be negative. Not everything's third party. I mean, it can be what's going on and you're not seeing it, but it's not always. This can be positive. It can be hidden feelings. It can be someone's thinking about you and you don't even realize how much they're thinking about you. So this is just what hasn't come into focus yet. And it's actually not been fully acknowledged or understood. It might be someone's feelings that are underestimated. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Upright. Okay. We're going to move on to what I like to call is the alignment check. So this part of the reading is kind of a 2-card part. So the first card's about how they show up when it's easy. So how they show up, you know, when it's convenient, when there's no loyalty test, when there's no hard conversations, there's no stress, no pressure, no need for deep maturity, you know. It shows how they show up when it's easy, when the connection feels natural, low pressure, and nothing major is being asked of them. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, now the second part of our alignment check, we're just gonna see if they go together, or if they contradict each other, or sometimes if one turns out better than the other. Sometimes when someone's under pressure, they turn out better than when things are casual. But back to what I'm pulling for. This is when it's hard, when it's not easy, when it counts, when it matters. This is how they show up when something real is required from them. This shows whether their energy holds up in the connection. This is when it matters. So when, you know, when something requires effort, loyalty, maturity, respect, when there's a party to go to, when the bills aren't paid, maybe when their ex is around, or maybe when you're just not feeling good about things and you want to talk, and do they show up for you? Are they there for you? That kind of thing. This is how your person you're thinking about, Taurus, shows up when it counts. And we have the 6 of Cups reversed. Card 7, their next move. We're in the action phase now. So let's see what their next move is naturally going to go if nothing changes. Will they reach out, pull back, create confusion, take practical action, or do nothing? What will Taurus's person do? What's their next move? 2 of Wands reversed. And we have our 9 card. This card is about you, Taurus. It's about keeping you in your power move. and keeping you in your integrity, keeping your energy and your side of things on the up. This move is what protects your energy and helps you handle this connection with confidence and clarity and self-respect. It's not about winning or trying to one-up them or making them jealous. It's not about controlling the outcome. It's about seeing where your power sits so you can respond from a place of strength. What's the best move for Taurus in June in connection to this connection? The Magician reversed. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. We're gonna take a deeper look so you can see them too. So for the first card here, we have the pull. Displacement again is going to show you what activates their attention in this connection right now. This is the magnetic pull. It's the part of your energy they keep noticing or reacting to or being drawn back to. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups upright. So there's definitely mutual attraction here. Conversation's easy. Natural exchange with you. They feel that this relationship is very meaningful. And both people are on the same current, on the same wavelength. You make this person feel met. This feels really good to them. You make them feel seen and they feel like they make you feel seen. That's a really strong magnetic card to get. You guys are emotionally matched. So what pulls them towards you in this connection is that it feels easy. You affect them because you make this person feel met, drawn to you. It's how you see them. You notice details about them or about their personality, their emotions, their experiences they've talked to you about that other people overlook. That feeling can create a really powerful bond. Another aspect here is attraction. The attraction's equal. They're drawn in by how you both contribute to this connection. It feels really meaningful. It doesn't feel one-sided to them. You guys have a lot of emotional chemistry, and you naturally align. And this isn't just physical attraction. It's genuine. That's what pulls them in. That's what draws them in June. They feel like there's something real between you. Yeah, that's a nice one. Okay, our next placement's unedited feelings. So this placement's going to show their feelings before they manage or filter, hide, or polish them. This is what's genuinely going on inside of them before they decide what's safe, acceptable, proper, or strategic to show you. This can show real emotion or fear, attraction, anything, shame. Okay, we've got the Eight of Swords here. This person is starting to see the light. They're starting to get out of their head. Let's go deeper here. There's an awareness happening. They're not as emotionally stuck as they once were. Whereas they're not as emotionally stuck as they once felt. Because it's a swords card too. It's, even though it's in their unedited feelings placement, it's still very mental. So this person really internalizes their feelings, or at least they do in June, or have been, but they're starting to come out of that. They may start admitting their feelings, even if it scares them. They're starting to see a way out of their emotional cage here. They're realizing that they aren't as trapped. But they're not out yet. They're still untangling their feelings. This is slowly happening. It's almost like they're just starting to see the light, because it's a pretty intense card. So they're just starting to feel that way, just starting to see it. They're not there yet. There's a lot of fear around this person. And they could be realizing that and trying to overcome it. And as that comes out, it might not come out so smoothly. It might come out really messy. Or like not the sweetest words, or not the easiest. So try to be patient with them as they try to express themselves here, because they're really feeling tied up. Okay. Now for the next placement here, we have the Hangman. The Hangman in its reverse. This placement's what they want. This is will show how heartfelt or immature or practical or opportunistic even their want is, and where it's coming from. It's not necessarily what they're ready to build, and it's not what they need. It's just what they want. Someone can want the connection and still not be ready to handle the responsibility of it. And with the Hangman reversed, because it's a major arcana, their want here is showing that it's not surface level. It's something bigger. It's a bigger purpose for them. It's like forcing growth, or changing their perspective, or changing their identity, or bringing up a lesson they can't ignore. This person wants to move forward, but they want it without fully letting go of their current position, or their control of things, or their comfort zone. They want things to move forward without having to change their perspective, or their lifestyle, or their ego. They don't want the sacrifice to be dramatic. Giving up, and they don't really want to give up any of their options, or maybe whatever they like to do that, or, could be habits, it could be another person. It could be their going out on weekends. Could be giving up avoidance, or maybe it's even admitting real feelings. They want things to move forward. They just don't want to have to do the work involved to do it. So they want movement. They want to become unstuck without fully changing their perspective, or making a sacrifice, or surrendering control. Taking accountability, or maybe showing vulnerability. So it's movement they want, but they're resisting the internal shift required for it to move forward. They don't want to be the one who has to fully change their perspective or their position. Our next placement here is resistance. This is the card that this is what gets in the way of them fully showing up. This card, this placement, is the pressure point. It's what makes them hesitate. It's the reason they pull back or protect themselves or feel like they've got to avoid things, or they can become inconsistent. This is what gets in the way of them, the feeling and their actions. This person is very directed. The resistance comes from needing to control and prioritize their own goals. They don't want vulnerability to interfere with their focus. They might not want to look weak, and they want to stay in command. So what gets in the way is they're trying to keep momentum or independence, pride, and their direction maintained. Control feels safer than emotional surrender here. So the resistance can come from how strongly this person tries to maintain control over their direction, or even the pace and the direction of the relationship. The Chariot's fast moving. It's a fast moving card. It's not going to stop to be affectionate or stop, it's not that they don't care, they don't love you, but because they focus on their own goals, because they focus on their own situation and what they feel they need to do and want to do, you can sometimes take a back seat to that. You can come in second sometimes when it comes to their goals. And also too, it can be this person, he controls the horses, he controls the Sphinx, so this person can really it might control their feelings to the point where they don't really come across as soft, which can kind of be a type of resistance too. This is someone who kind of struggles emotionally to surrender, or they might not want to look vulnerable or emotionally exposed, or like they're losing control. So even when their feelings are strong, they'll try to stay composed and manage them instead of relaxing into them. So the resistance is this person's control. The fact that they need to feel like they need to be in control of things, their emotions, maybe even parts of the relationship. And the fact that you might take the back seat to their goals and what they want to do in the world. This next placement is the blind spot. This reveals what hasn't fully come into view yet. It's not fully visible or spoken. Or maybe it's not understood. But it's still influencing the connection. And here, this, with the Ten of Pentacles, you might not realize how much this person really sees you in their future. This person is really thinking of you long term. You might not realize this, Taurus. Or maybe you do and they just don't say it out loud, or maybe they think about it a lot more often than you think. This is permanence and stability, long-term thinking. This position is like long-term. The Ten of Pentacles is future building, family, legacy, shared resources. This is beyond attraction. It's what this connection could become over time. So that's a positive blind spot. It doesn't always have to be negative, and it doesn't always have to be about third party and stuff. Like, for instance, here with you, this person's really thinking about where things are going and what's coming next. Okay, next we're going to move into what I like to call the alignment check. And this is a 2-card, consists of these 2 cards. The first card represents when it's easy, when the connection's not asking of anything, when there's no struggle, when it's convenient, when there's no emotional demand, no loyalty test, no stress, no pressure, no need for deep maturity. And the second card is going to reveal when it matters. So the second card is like when the relationship requires effort and trust, loyalty, patience, maturity, or follow through, and how they show up in that position. So let's come back to this one. We got, for when it's easy, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So when things are easy, this person's engagement isn't constantly on. There's not constant consistency. This person's very inconsistent. Their presence fluctuates, or movement less. You don't know if you can count on it or not. Like, it's unpredictable. So when things are easy, it's not that the connection's not there, but it's inconsistent, or it's dependent on timing rather than intention. You might notice that communication comes and goes, or you might notice like moments of love bombing and love and care, followed by large gaps of nothing, or they're just not around. You might feel like things only happen when circumstances line up. The Wheel of Fortune reversed shows a repeating pattern of inconsistency, messy timing. Maybe they work away. Maybe they're a trucker and they're only around so often. So, you're dealing with the kids by yourself, or you're dealing with your feelings all the time by yourself, or, maybe you have a long distance relationship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that they don't care or they're not wanting to be there. It might be distance or a time thing. Maybe they have a job that they're on call, so if something happens, they're not necessarily there if you need them. Or it can be that they lack maturity, or they lack the know-how or care or want to show up when you need them. The second card is the Six of Cups. This is how they show up when it matters, when you need them there, when it takes effort. The Six of Cups reversed is someone who doesn't have a lot of emotional softness. Reminds me of the Chariot. It's this person's, what for whatever reason that is, they may show up but not in a deeply connected way, and this person isn't relying on emotional comfort or trying to be caring or gentle or considerate. None of that kind of stuff guides their actions in June anyway. So For the record, this is how they show up under pressure in June. This isn't their feelings alone, and it's not how they handle their feelings all the time, because it's a cup card. So when something is really being asked of them, when it counts, this person may get stuck in old ways, childhood patterns, past relationships, family issues, or some kind of unresolved emotions. The Six of Cups reverse shows like they're not able to show up in the present because they're focusing on past interferences. So they're not able to be there for you because they kind of focus on their own hurts or their own wounds or things that have gone wrong or things that weren't said right. This person might repeat old patterns or old habits or emotional scripts without realizing it over and over in their head. The problem is that this person's past is louder than his or hers present, or their present. So they're not able to show up for you completely in June. Okay. For the next card here, we have what they're going to do next. And with Two of Wands reversed, it's looking pretty still. The Two of Wands reversed, this person isn't moving. They might not have the courage to do so or know how or what they should say or do. But, yeah. This person isn't reaching out right now in June. They're doing nothing, and that's a move too. So, I wouldn't expect too much. They might lack confidence or want to keep it paused for some reason. But they're not reaching out. They're not coming forward. They're not sending messages. They're not coming knocking on your door. This is no action. Okay. For the last card, this is your power move. This is the strongest move you can make right now in June. So this brings the reading back to you. Your energy and your side of the connection, and the moves that keeps you in your power. This move will help you keep you in your integrity and protects your energy and helps you handle a connection with clarity and confidence and self-respect. So you can respond from strength, not confusion. So the Magician reversed is talking about don't play emotional chess. Don't play any mind games. Don't try to make sure your answers fit whatever needs to be seen. This is talking about making sure that you're on the up and up in June. Your power move is to stop trying to manage perception. So what I mean by that is, like, instead of instead of naturally expressing yourself or how you feel, you know, show your vulnerability. Don't try to control or hide how others see you. You know, if you're upset, let them know. Don't try to appear calm. If, you know, to try to look like you're unbothered or in control or confident when you're actually hurt or angry. Don't downplay your feelings or try to look composed or, you know. And this doesn't have to be for manipulative reasons, you know. This can be because sometimes someone's self-protecting or insecure, and sometimes it's they want emotional control. But your power move is to refuse playing games. Stop trying to outsmart the connection. Don't test or bait or seduce. Be honest about your actual feelings and your motives. The move is integrity, not emotional strategy. The real flex is mean what you say and have clean intentions, because power gets distorted when you start managing the connection instead of being honest inside of it. And that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you, Taurus, for June. We're going to pull a rune. The rune's going to get the last word here. Pull from the 33 Northumbrian runes. And if things sound a little different, then a lot of people are used to the Elder Futhark 24 runes system. And this one's the expanded one. It comes a little later. So if some of the pronunciations are different, that's why. Let's see what we got here. We have... Oh. Can you see it? Sigil. It represents vitality and success in the sun. The sun gives life and warmth and growth, and everything depends on it. So this is a strong life-giving energy that can lead to success. This is being able to see clearly, having forward movement, and things coming into the light. But this energy does lead to success, but only if you constantly put in the effort. Right on, that's a good rune to get. Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you. See you next time.